What is up everyone, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to another episode of XDefiant. My name is Miles Rowe and in today's video we'll be having a look at my top 5 reasons to why I love this game, as well as having some extra bonus topics that I would like to speak about. Now, it goes without saying guys that this game has been around for a couple of weeks now. I think a lot of people have been having a lot of positive reviews about it, as well as some negative ones, and I think as with anything, people kind of be pros and cons against something. Now, I think in today's video, I will be describing the reasons why I'm loving this game, why I'm still playing it, and why I think I'm gonna still be playing it for the next years to come. Now, of course, this all depends, and we hope that things will remain like this. So, just putting this thought out there, if the developers will be keeping the concept and the setup the way it is now, I'm sure we'll all be returning to this game a lot more than we were expecting. That's also because a lot of the news have suggested that the game will have a fantastic year one with a lot of content, a lot of things that everyone is excited about. So, it just makes us looking forward to the actual future of this game. So, without further ado, let's just jump into my top 5 reasons why I love the game. Number 1, the menu. I'm sure that many of us have seen that the menu types of some current games, it becomes a lot more complicated than it should have been. Now, that's simply because there's a lot of content, there's a lot of stuff that the developers want to put out there. There's a lot of small extra bits that are being added throughout the game, season passes, or just throughout different updates. But I think with XDefiant, what makes this game super, user-friendly is the fact that the menu is super simple. And I think this is something that a lot of people are kind of overseeing and don't really pay attention to it, is the fact that you don't have to necessarily, get kind of complex or complicated in the basic things that you need to achieve. So when you actually go into the menu, you will be able to just find the stuff that you need to look at. So for example, you can just click play, you can just look for challenges, or you can just kind of move on to the tabs of the loadout, the battle pass, and so on. So that's kind of the best thing about the game, I think, in my opinion, the menu, and that's probably where your journey starts in terms of your experience to the game. Now, of course, this also ties in with the other thing that is probably worth mentioning, the fact that you do not have any crazy pop-ups that will appear with, forcing you to buy certain battle passes or certain in-game challenges or whatever it is. You do not have that, which again makes the game, a lot more user-friendly, because you, at the end of the day, you're here because you're trying to try this game, you want to play it, you want to experience it, you don't want to necessarily end up buying a bundle because you were just up there and you were improving your gameplay. So that's another thing which I really like about it, keeping it simple, keeping it classy, and just giving you the information you need. Now, at number 2, the second kind of thing that I'm really loving right now with the game is the gameplay, which I'm sure that some of you might disagree with this, but in my opinion, it does feel a bit realistic, as well as being fun, and it definitely has an edge to it. You don't really, I personally haven't got angry with any of the games that I've played, even though that some of them have been fairly difficult or have had some sweaty lobbies, but you cannot get angry when you die in this game. And I'm not sure if anyone kind of experiences this, but unless it's the spider crab thing that jumps in your screen, all the other stuff are fairly straightforward. And I think because it relies a lot on your skill, whenever you get killed, you kind of getting over the situation quite quickly, and you don't necessarily get too angry about it. So in my opinion, the gameplay is really important, and it's definitely something that makes this game a lot more fun than a lot of people are expecting. And until you actually play it and until you actually get into it, you won't be able to appreciate this just from the videos. Now, at number 3, it's the weapons. I think the weapons are super well balanced, and this makes a really important part, again tying back into the gameplay, because when you have super well balanced weapons, you wouldn't necessarily see that people will be, you know, kind of all over the place with just using the new meta or the best kind of setup or whatever it is. Like, people will play with the things that they are more comfortable with. And of course, because the game aims to target a wider audience, I think having a well versatile game mode or gameplay for people, it allows you to, you know, choose the weapon that you're the most comfortable with. So I think this is really, for me, plays a really important part, especially when you're looking at different background players joining this game. So again, at number 3, the weapons, in my particular opinion, are making the difference. Now, at number 4, this is a topic that maybe some of you have not necessarily noticed. Maybe it's because of other elements such as the internet or such, but I personally noticed that the time between games is the perfect amount of you being able to do certain stuff between games. So, for example, in other titles, you'd have, you know, a couple of seconds until the new matchmake starts, and then next thing you know, you're already in game. So you started building your loadout or adding the new attachment, and you're already in game, and you lost all that kind of progress of doing the loadout, which is really frustrating. But in XDefiant, I actually found that you have enough time to check the rewards. You can check what the new attachments are. You can add the new attachments, which make this kind of small attention to detail quite good in the sense of having the time between games to breathe. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed this, or again, if it's just my personal experience, but I genuinely think that this is a really, really good add-on to the entirety of the game. Now, at number 5 is the progression. I know maybe some of you guys will disagree with this, and you know, I have seen, again, mixed opinions about this particular topic, but I think the fact that the progression is a bit slower, it's probably what makes things a lot more exciting on the long run, and it definitely helps you adding a level of skill to the game, which, you know, otherwise you don't have kind of earned or gained, because if you'd have progressed quickly enough, you don't have necessarily felt, you know, the grind of doing extra challenges. So in my opinion, probably it's best to have a slightly quicker progression mode, but even as is right now, I don't think it's a bad thing. And, you know, just wait until you guys unlock the P90, for example. I was just absolutely amazed by this weapon, and for my game style, this was suited to play on any map. So these are the type of elements that, unless you're not experiencing the grind, you won't be able to appreciate. So I think the progression, for me, it's what adds to this particular game the most value. Now, as I said, I'm not a professional gamer. I'm not someone that, you know, is dedicating their career to this. So please, you know, take what I'm saying with a pinch of salt. Again, it's just my opinion. But for someone casual that just joins the game and shares a review with you guys, I think the progression is really important, because it's the step that you're taking in learning the game. Now, the last 2 points, which are bonus points, again, just going back to what I've mentioned with the progression, the other thing that I would probably like to add to this particular topic is how well the maps are made. I think maybe because they are brand new, and maybe because no one is kind of used with this sort of game style, the maps I personally find really well balanced, and they are really well kind of made for people to have fun, kind of use the objective, or just kind of mold to the game type you're playing. So again, in my opinion, I think they are really well thought of, really good snippets of areas that you're playing in. And I think they just add a nice extra layer to the package of why the game is worth trying. And now for the last final point, guys, and thank you so much for lasting in the video until this point. It's just kind of a reminder to say to everyone that the game is free to play, guys. I mean, you know, you're not paying a premium buck for this game. You're not looking at you know, a series of bundles that have been added or DLCs or whatever they are. It's a game that is free to download. It's not, you know, a huge amount of disk space either, and it's just brilliant as it is. And I'm pretty sure that it might change a bit once the seasons are starting to get on. But guys, it's free to play. So, you know, again, as I mentioned, that's number two, the gameplay. Unless you actually try the game and unless you're spending a bit of time to learn it, you know, you won't be able to appreciate it. So, you know, do yourself a favor. If you haven't tried it, give it a go. I would really be interested to hear your thoughts on this. And as I said, with the content expected for year one to look absolutely amazing, I'm sure that the player base will grow even more. And who knows, maybe we would see ourselves, you know, in a year from now having a sequel of the game, or you know, the opportunities are endless here. And I think this is probably starting with the fact that the game is free to play. So give this a go. As I mentioned, leave your comments down in the section below. You know, can't thank you guys enough for everything that you have done for the channel. So big thumbs up to you guys. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for your support, and see you in the next video soon.